So I'm taking off for a road trip. It should be about 1,600 miles or so, and I'll be taking my nineT Urban GS, which I understand 1250 GS riders consider this to be a fashion accessory more than it is a motorcycle. But it'll be fun to prove him wrong, because I'm bringing along my wife and a bunch of camping gear. Our first stop was to meet our friend Dave, who'd be riding and camping with us. Dave owns a little shop in Encinitas called Seaweed and Gravel. He sells moto gear, surfing stuff, records, apparel, books, various odds and ends. Dave will be riding his 1978 GL 1000 Goldwing. And we headed north. Nearly to Sequoia National Park, which is our first camping destination, we stopped at a roadside food truck for some gyros. Here we met our friend Jody and his Ducati Desert Sled. He'd be joining us for the rest of the trip. around here is where my GoPro died, but essentially we just had a close call with a deer and then we rode into camp shortly after dark. And the previous occupants of our site left enough wood for a fire.
Like Bigfoot?
Yeah.
And here's a better look at that desert sled. So today's goal is to ride through Yosemite, then over the Tioga Pass to the eastern side of the Sierra Nevada, and we'll find somewhere to camp near Moto Lake. We didn't do a whole lot in Yosemite Valley. Pretty much just rode in, looked up at Half Dome, and rode out. We'd all been before, and it wasn't really the purpose of the trip. And then it was eastward, over Tioga. My GoPro died on the pass, which is unfortunate because it's really stunning. And I didn't get any footage of the awesome sunset ride down the hill to Moto Lake, except this iPhone video. This campsite was pretty awesome, actually. There was a couple in an RV, like, running their generator throughout the night, but otherwise, it rocked.
Oh, yeah.
So we packed up, geared up, and then headed north, planning on making it as far as Tahoe, but we had some bad luck. You see, the night before we had been joking about how Dave's cargo kept growing taller and taller. Well, it grew too tall for the bungee securing it, and it fell backwards, causing it to get lodged between his rear tire and his fender, causing him to spill at probably 50 miles an hour. Luckily, his bike started fine, and he walked away with a slight amount of road rash on his ass. And we learned that the jackets, pants, and gloves that he sells at his shop are the real deal. His iPhone actually sensed a crash and alerted the local authorities, and that highway patrol guy you saw there just showed up maybe 90 seconds after it happened, and he waited around to see if his bike would run without issue. It's kind of a cool feature new iPhones have that I didn't even know about. So we decided to stop in the town of Lee Vining for a minute just to let the adrenaline wear off and make sure we were good to go. After soaking in the Travertine hot springs, we continued north nearly to Topaz Lake and then westward over Monitor Pass, which is probably my favorite road in California. this campsite, we learned had a resident trash bear, and we did have an encounter with him. Jody shined his headlamp on him and started barking like a dog, and the bear seemed completely unfazed. The next morning, we had planned on continuing north all the way to Lassen Volcanic State Park, but every weather model we looked at was indicating pretty gnarly rain all day and tomorrow. So Dave and Brooke and I decided to head west over the Carson Pass, hoping to camp near Santa Cruz, while Jody parted ways from us at this point and headed south towards Mammoth. So around this point is where it got too rainy to continue riding in jeans. We pulled over, got our rain gear on, and by the time we did, the visibility was so bad, I just put the GoPro away. At certain points, we were just riding 30 miles an hour through clouds, so the footage would have sucked anyway. With the heavy rain having subsided, we aimed for Stockton for lunch. We camped near the beach next to a couple of super noisy neighbors. There wasn't much of a plan for today, but I hoped to make it to Solvang by 4 p.m. for a particular reason. So we plan to head south and then east through Carmel Valley to the 101. We ended up making it to Solvang with about 10 minutes to spare. Solvang is a strange European village in the Central Coast region. It has like odd Disneyland vibes that I don't get, but it's home to a particular attraction I was interested in. Pretty awesome to see a Broth Superior in person. Also among my favorites was this purple H2. I just like these bikes, imagining how sketchy it would have been in 1973. A big triple two-stroke with basically a noodle for a frame, and I've just always loved the asymmetrical tailpipes on them. I think this NSU was some kind of a land speed thing, but the bodywork looked super avian to me. And then this Airhead was supercharged back in, I think it was a 1939. The owner's son was actually super chill. He let us stay after they closed, and then he showed us some of his bikes that were undergoing restoration. So I'm checking my boot here because I could feel it come untied. And luckily with the shaft drive bike, it's not really a concern, but then I found my boot lace.
Yeah.
Just south of Santa Barbara, we camped for the night at Carpinteria State Beach.
It's a ripper. So that's a fire.
This campsite was hilarious. It was literally a patch of dirt in an RV lot. The parking space was actually larger than the campsite itself. And it was the most expensive campsite of the trip at, I think, $35. Basically today we're just enjoying the coast through Malibu, and then we'll stop in LA for a break before the interstate slug back home. So we stopped in Deus in Venice for a little coffee break. Holding the GoPro out here trying to capture the hovercraft training going on off the coast of Camp Pendleton. I've never seen it before. It's kind of cool. You can't tell, but they look like this. Just like that, we were back where we started from. If you ever happen to be in the San Diego area, definitely check out Dave's shop. He sells some rad stuff. Or just check out his online shop if you want to see a cool curation of moto, surf, lifestyle goodies.
ain't no